Yo, shalom, shalom. All praise on the glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Quick hit here. All praise on the glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Bashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Yeah, I had a coworker. You know, one of my guys. He funny. He cool, but he was like every other morning. You know, he'd see me. He'd be like, "Why you smiling so much?" You know, and I'd be like, cause I don't know, cause I'm happy. I'm chilling. I'm just happy to still be alive. The Lord could have took me out. I'm just happy that the Lord still got His Spirit on me, like at least a little bit. I mean, I can tell like that. I don't never want to be in that spirit of, you know, you know, uh, cause we can be overthrown by that spirit of. And I've done it a lot in my life of worry, the spirit of worry. That's why I look so old. I'm 39 looking like I'm 50, but, knowing this knowledge, knowing a little bit that I do know, it's made me, it's granted me happiness in my times of trouble, man. It's granted me joy, you know, this word. And, you know, and, like I'm the type of guy that I get happy about the smallest things, the small things, the small moments that, nobody really thinks about. I often ponder on those things, and, I get happy. It doesn't take too much to please me. I don't have much. I'm definitely poor, struggling from check to check like everybody else. But one thing I have faith. And I pray a lot, and I talk to the Lord a lot, and sometimes it's a good talk, sometimes it's not. But uh, so he asked me that, and I start thinking about it on this little break. I'm like, man, it's because you know it's because I know the Lord. I know that I know what's coming. I know that He has helped me, and I know that as long as I stay up under the shadow of His wings, that everything's gonna be okay, Lord willing. Like that's what my hope is. My hope makes me smile. My hope makes me happy. My hope, all those things, man. So I'm gonna get in here, but before that, I wanna read these scriptures. It says, Sirach 13:25. It says, "The heart of man changeth his countenance, whether it be for good or evil." Right, his countenance. Why he's smiling so much, right? Because my heart is set on the Lord. All right. It says, "A merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance," and a cheerful countenance is a token of the heart that is in prosperity. That's right. I've been down so long, man. And I still get down, but the good be outweighing the bad. A lot of times, and I'm just thankful for the little things. I'm thankful for, you know, I'm just thankful, man. In the midst of this fire, in the midst of this tempest, storms, I can be thankful that, you know, hey, everything's gonna be okay soon. Like the Lord got me, Lord willing. And not all the time, He comes through. Not right whenever I ask, but most of the time, I can tell that, the Lord, He's helping me, and He doesn't have to. So I'm happy. I'm happy about stuff like that, because sometimes I think like that. You know, it's like, me, little old me, And a lot of people don't have that, man. A lot of people don't have the Lord. I'm thankful for the Lord, man. You know? It says a cheerful countenance is a token of the heart that is in prosperity. And the finding out of parables is a wearisome labor of the mind. Right, so I just wanted to read that. The heart of man changeth his countenance. Yeah, brother was like, why you always smiling all the time, man? Yeah, cause I know the Lord. I know the Lord, man. Yeah, I me, I was shy. That's probably why. That's probably why I be smiling so much, man. Anyway, shalom.